The assumption is that unrest is not terribly good. Therefore, I'm going to try to govern things. But I got to be careful not to put my emperor in the area that I govern. Um, Luckily, even if I'm cheating with that in the same area thing, and this vaguely remembered or an adjacent area, which I can't find in the rules, exists, I actually have a big enough empire that, except for this area, I can't, I can avoid that penalty. This area is in revolt. I need I need to do that. I need to handle that militarily. So what do we do? Well, I can't move my armies, but I'm going to use this economy dude to try to fire something off and fix, I don't know. This is my richest province. I'll go for that one. So I look for, and again, I'm going through this entirely because it's not becoming automatic to me at all. Yeah, here it is. Pay talents equal to the population. Wow. I'm running real low on cash. But they're loans. They're not that bad. Okay. And let's see if I can do this way. Draw a result. I get an 8 plus a 1 governor. Gets me to a 9. A 9 says I can remove unrest and increase economic value by 1. If I get that up to a 10, I can increase economic value by 2. Hate to spend the money, but we'll do it. And yeah, those seem to not be a 2d6 roll. And I don't know why I'd assume that. The values in empires of the Middle Ages are not, they follow a certain pattern and you get used to that pattern. Examining these would get me as used to the pattern, perhaps. And then I get the success advantages. I definitely want General Law. I don't have to pick economy. Let's see. Trying to find. So I grabbed a card. My influence didn't happen. I get a popularity marker, and let's see. I think. God damn it. Okay, it's the concave side that I want to be putting face up, but whatever. And then I get my fate card. My fate card is an earthquake. If I have at least one area within revealed, determine one randomly, reduce its economic value. I do not, so I'm fine. I get rid of this card. We don't have the end of turn stuff there, and this is just the military and subterfuge. So I do have to look this up. I could save a general. I don't have one face up. I just discarded that. That's not gone yet. And now I draw the top card. And I get a general. But I get a general who can generate another general. Let's keep going. Oh. Well, maybe I'll get taxes. Because I don't have enough money to fight a battle, I think. What is the cost? I mean, I need to draw again either way. Let's resolve conquest, not battle. Pay for supply. It's 1 for every 5 forces, so I'm going to be paying about 7. That would require a loan. Yeah, I got to do this. I don't have to bring everybody with me, though. There are no troops here. Why did I draw again? I don't know. Hopes of getting something. Since there's no troops there, I can put down the unrest. I am going to just grab these 2 units and move in with them. I'll move this in. Actually, I don't even need my emperor with me. And I have succeeded. I've just put down a rebellion, so I look at the rebellion rules, because there's no army there, right? Conquering an area in rebellion requires only one victory. If the rebels have no forces entering, gives it to the first emperor. This does not lower economic value. However, the area goes into unrest, and it gets me a popularity. But I get this back, and that's the big thing. Yes, I spent 2 generals, but I can drop one into my defensive general. Yeah, I don't know why I was looking. I wasn't worrying about what I could feel. I draw a fate card. We're getting into the mechanism here. Uh-oh, barbarians attack among your revealed cards that they bordered. I have no cards revealed, so we can throw this out. I get rid of him. I hold him as my defensive general, and I flip another card. It's a tax collector. I have to keep flipping. I don't think we've had this before. So let me take a look at it. If you have none, you can save. Do this even if... Draw the top card. If it's not ministerial, continue to draw until you either get one or have 5 cards, not including a defending general. I get a diplomat. Okay. Unfortunately for me, the Bactria card came out while I reconquered it, but I'm still in rebellion. Or in unrest. Which I think means I cannot tax it. If this were empires of the Middle Ages, I definitely wouldn't want to tax it. Okay, that is not actually stated here. Shit. Okay, let's look in the glossary. That might tell me something. I thought rebellion prevents taxation, recruitment, and endeavor basing. Well, this is a problem because I have a diplomat as well. And diplomacy can only be done from your capital. Now, is there a problem with that? Because... Rebellion check. If a province that was the origin of a move or raid into the unknown territory was in unrest, before the endeavor started, perform a rebellion check for such a province. For some reason, diplomacy is affected by that. And you can't. Here's what's really problematic. You can't. No, that's rebellion. I'm sorry. Unrest. Unrest. Okay, so I think all that happens is I will be increasing my risk here. And let's check to see how bad that is, because I may not want to risk doing diplomacy if that's the case. So, and I think I can do diplomacy from adjacent, but this is my only adjacent province as well. So 10 minus the economic level gets me to 6. Add 1 for each fort, none. Add a result. If the result is less than or equal to the calculated value, well, it automatically will be. Okay, so we'd be looking at... Wow, and forts are a problem. Yeah, I brought this up earlier, didn't I? So we'll be looking at a 6. If the result is a 6 or less, that'll just cause it to go into rebellion. I don't think I can afford to do a diplomacy, and it sucks that I drew this because taxes get handled first. So I'm going to draw another card. I get a military. Can add another revealed general. Okay. Is it worth drawing more? Maybe. Trade. That will help. I have provinces. They're in unrest. But I have provinces that can trade, and I have this one, which can. So I can draw one last card. If I get another general, I'm bonused. I do, but it's not one that particularly helps me. However, I can add him in and make sure that I don't lose any influence as long as I win. Not so bad. Okay. So what do we do? Well, first we deal with the trade. Let me collect my money for trade, and yeah, the half is Client Kingdom, not Unrest. Okay. 7 from my trade. It's going to cost me 6 to attack with my entire army. I've gotten it all together there because I think I may need it. So my leadership now is 1. It's on the other side here, so let's see. I could have raided, but I'd need horse units. I could get me some money. But I feel like I don't have much money. Maybe I want to raid. That would require a horse unit instead. I could get my $7 back and not go there. I could attack here, actually. So that would have at least 1 horse unit, and the target's economic level is not at the bottom. It's not. Yeah, let me raid instead. I am not comfortable with the amount of money. Sorry, I only spent 6. Something seems wrong. Okay. Maybe I cheated somehow. Okay. So I have at least a horse unit. I'm going to do my raid. From here into there, I guess. Oh no, this is mine. From here into there. Okay. I draw a result. I'm going to need an 8 here. My leadership is 1 plus 1, I believe. So it's 2. I draw a chit. I get an 8. Is that good enough? It is. Decrease the target's level by 1. Gain half the result card in talents. The result card is a 6, so I get 3 talents. And get a black marker here. I succeeded, which, let me just check, but I think for raid it's just a, oh, well, it's not a military endeavor, is it? In case of a raid, you gain talents. It was a success, yeah. Where's the extra one? If you chose military, but not in... Somewhere they talk about military giving you an extra benefit. I don't remember where that was. I'm assuming that's a regular battle. Okay. So, well, somewhere I get the popularity. Where do I get that popularity? That's what I'm looking for here. Where the success gives you popularity rule is. It's not, from what I can see, and you know, I'm not thinking real fast here. Oh, there it is. Okay. If you take one of your... If you won a battle against another player, conquered an independent area, you get an additional. And that's not what I did. So I get... Okay, first of all, I used my military, so I get my influences back. I get this popularity. and I get the option of throwing a card in. Oh, forts aren't really worth victory points. None of those cards look terribly good to me right now. So I'm just going to go to a fate card. Coup attempt. You can cancel by free play of an agent from this card's hand. Don't have. Otherwise, draw a result. If higher than your popularity, the province having second most forces goes into rebellion. So I get to see my popularity. And I wonder, okay, it is definitely not higher, but I wonder if this would allow, like the other thing that reveals your popularity, you to cancel out negative popularity. It doesn't say it does, but it would kind of make sense if it did. Okay, so I did not have a problem from the coup attempt this time, and I'm on the discard phase. We sweep the pool. Actually, I have control over the order that I put things, but I'm not thinking too carefully. What if I get a worse military leader? I want this general on top. There we go. That's about the only real effect. I lose my defensive general because I can't keep holding him. Oh no, I don't have to lose him. No, I can hold on to him. You can discard it. And then I draw the top card as usual. And we start with a tax collector on a place that I can collect taxes on. That helps a little bit. And another diplomat. Yippee-ki-yay. Again, I decided the risk of diplomacy on the territory I'm trying to do diplomacy on was too high, but now I draw a second emissary, and this one is level 2 for an area that's neither owned nor a client kingdom. What I think I'm going to do is I looked it up. I can do it from an adjacent province. So I think I'm going to go from here and hit that. Now there's where's the cost? The emperor should be in the capital. Yeah, resolve the endeavor, name it, pay 3 talents. Okay. But first, I have the tax collection. Successful. Everything is going very smoothly this whole game, basically. I get a pirate's card. Gandhara is not next to the ocean, so I don't have to worry about it. And we sweep and draw, if I'm right. I definitely want to do this one. Ugh. Yeah, that's the name. Isn't it? Let me see the general. Does he have his name? No, his name's above. Weird. This wouldn't all fit up here, but okay. So yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. I want to get, see, now this has already come up economically, so it's less interesting to do. So I think what I'm going to do is, am I good at this, actually? Economy of 2, no, I'm not. I'm penalized for it, so I won't go anywhere. I'll just let my governor take care of it. And that succeeded. I didn't push the success rate up. And I draw an epidemic. If at least one area among your revealed cards borders an area you do not own, determine one of these randomly, reduce its economic value by 2. I'm not sure, but I would say yes. There's another area next to that somewhere. So let's say it's all of my areas. 1, 2, 3, 4. The bottom one, it goes down by 2. And that's the only effect. Not a good thing. Means no taxes from there even if I recover it. That was the fate card. Get rid of this. Got nothing I want to do. Already drew. Draw a new card. Aracosa. I'm going to be able to get a buck from there. And I get a subterfuge. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might have leaders I want to discard. This is a pretty decent leader again. I think I'm going to discard 3 popularity counters. I've seen some of them, so I don't know, I'll have to shuffle them. But the reason for returning those is, again, you know, I'm not eating up my influence the way I'm playing, and I would rather just keep my Emperor alive. And let's see. I might lose my agent, but otherwise I gain talent. Well, no matter what, I get talents equal to a result draw plus the agent's level. I'm a little short on money, and I want to recuperate that. Unfortunately, if we look at subterfuge, remove a minister has a success failure, or has a success no effect situation. Confiscate funds doesn't say, and when we go to success or failure, military endeavors, okay. Raid, if you gain talents, it was a success. Multiple endeavors for each. I can't tell if I succeeded or failed. I'm not going to have an additional effect. You just don't know. I lose my agent. I would say that probably counts as a failure, but I don't know. And I would say the same with if you're trying to return the card and it doesn't succeed, that the no effect is a failure. But again, it's not spelled out that I see. So I would lose influence to the left, which I wouldn't normally lose on a success. The minister goes back to the bottom of the deck. Well, that already happened, and I have to lose a random popularity counters, which, you know, that's kind of why I did this, was to get those counters back, so I can't be too unhappy about this. Let's draw the fate card. Barbarians. Barbarians attack an area among your revealed cards that they border. There are none. They raid an area among your revealed cards that are 2 away. Okay, so I've got barbarians. Closest ones are here. They're not close enough. These guys are definitely too far, so I would say nothing happens. If you play the combined value otherwise, see rules. I don't think that impacts. Which means I sweep my province back, and I draw. And I get another economic thing, which is what I want. Oh, okay. So my economic action worked in Gedrosia. I could have done it in Bactria. I was considering that. Now I'm going to be more interested in it. Unless you have at least 5 forces in the capital. I didn't know this was going to happen. You lose 2 economic levels and any temple or monument, as well as 2 popularity. Ow. Okay, this was a market. There's no monument there, so I lose 2 economic levels and 2 popularity. Okay, we're rolling too many 5s and 6s. Now it gets easy. All right, and we're nearly newborn. I really don't like the way the deaths work. I think that mechanism is flawed, and I feel like I'm gaming it in a way that, you know, is showing that flaw off. That was my fate card. This goes, and I draw a new. What is this? Is this a monument? No, this is an arts. Monuments are cubes. Okay. And I get an artist. I'm stepping back a little bit from things. I think I'm recording, but I'm not sure. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about all that jumping around. It's really hard to tell with this camera. It says REC on the bottom. When it's not recording, you push the screen and that records it. But my camera has a normal button that I'm used to that I push with my thumb. Anyway, I'm stepping back a little bit. More than this even. I did the arts thing. It went. I got myself a level 1 arts card. Again, it's worth victory points. And I drew a famine card, which doesn't affect me because I didn't have any territories revealed. Like I said, I think we've seen enough of the mechanisms of the game, so I'm going to try to aim more at story. There's, you know, when you're looking at things like the arts, the philosophy, there's not much to tell, really. It is really just the mechanism. As the map develops, as things appear on that, I'll speak more to that. But I don't want to waste a lot of video just showing the mechanisms in play again and again and again. If I run into something weird, I'll speak to that. And you have to draw a new card. It's a cool diplomat, but he only gives a bonus for owned provinces or client kingdoms, which is not very good. So I'm not terribly good at any of this. If I had a province in rebellion, that would actually work. Yeah, here I go chattering again. But if we find, the combat takes so long to describe. If we look at the diplomacy, I can convert a client to my own province or vice versa. I can remove influence from my own provinces. But I think the biggest is the restoring a rebellious province. That's not clear. That's not really owned, so I don't know if it would count there. That's the one that I'd most want to do out of it. But the biggie is to turn, for me, is to turn a neutral one into a client. That's what I want to do right now. I've got a couple that I'm working on, but I haven't succeeded yet. Zoom in. You know, I kind of shouldn't have taken the risk on this, but I went for it anyway, following my strategy of not losing influence ever. And I got a good enough result that I succeed, which means I have just gotten one that I have a 1 in. Convert the area to your client by moving your cube below the neutral cube. So that's here, and now I'll collect half its income, which is nothing. But add the areas card to my discard pile, which I don't know how big a deal that is, but again, because I'm not gaining anything from it. Popularity game to get myself some more money. Then I got an economy raised Bactria. Have to draw the fate. Emperor lost. If your emperor was present in a battle, loss. No. Looks like I don't have to worry. Get rid of that. Flip up another one. Now I got a general, but he only works in forests. Now, I am allowed to do stuff to provinces like this with a level 2 general. I can move into this territory. But I can't raid because you need horsies to raid. Shit. I may not want that, or I may. I don't know. Because I'm a pretty good general, right? So I'd be at level 0. I'd be at level 1. That's not that good. I think I'll draw for other things. Oh, I don't do this often because I don't like to. Okay. This means I could add him. That doesn't really help me. But now I have a slightly better, so I'm at level 2. I'm going to want this guy as I get down into here. So, I don't know. I haven't fought a battle against a fort yet. I'm a little scared of them, probably with good reason. I don't own this yet. That may be where I want to go next. See, the thing is, diplomacy works well in this, but I'd like to own this. Oh, but he has a level 2 general, and I'm only a level 2 general. I think I'll go for the easy one. So this is kind of a dangerous area to attack, actually. It had a result of spearmen and a result of light cav. I pulled the spearmen. That was the last shit from my cup. There's 12 of them in there. If I knew the balance, I could keep track of that and everything. They've got a cav, but now to do the light horse, what I have to do is I have to replenish the cup. And again, just like the first time, I pull 5 out at random so that I don't, you know, even if I do know the number, I can't know, you know, precisely what there is. I could do some card counting type tricks, right? But, we'll see what we get there. Shit. These are easier to spot. Those guys are kind of both, well, I could do the little corner trick the same as I'm doing here and not see the whole counter even with those, because the white is a little different from the brown on there. But here it's a big difference. And how many light cav am I gonna see? Our cards don't do anything, 6 of them. 3 rounds, I'm not broken. He's chewing up my elephants, which is a shame. I like my elephants. But he had range where he could do 3 hits on that, but there's only 1 of them there. So, since the elephants have less downstream, that's where we're going. But I have just gotten a break result against the enemy because I was able to bring what to bear against him? My elephants to bear against his light horse. There's a reason that I like elephants. And his number is shitty, so he is broken. And from the results of that, you can see, you know, the advantage of having these lights. That huge stack of spearmen didn't matter at all. I won the battle with the cav. Now, this is unlikely to cause a break, but, you know, I got a lucky result there. I was a little worried about that big stack of spears. I was even more worried if the stack of light horse had been big. That would have made it really painful. As it was, I lost 1 elephant permanently. Took the territory. The card for the turn was pirates. Don't have anything I want to take there. Don't want to discard my leader yet, so I flip 1 over and I get another diplomat. And I don't know, maybe I want to do this. It's another thing I could do is try to convert that. But I'm kind of tired, so I'm going to break for now. This is getting harder to do because I'm pretty much sinking into full-blown depression. Something I haven't maybe done in over a decade. I'm going to keep playing, but it's just going to be slower. I think, I don't know. I can't even go shopping. So, food has always been able to drive me this last decade. Anyhow, I've been watching stuff on 80 Years War rather than taking any actions on anything, which even my bad habits and patterns have drifted away, and I've fallen further. But thinking about the game, trying to convince myself to play anything at all, you know, for the Kushan, which seemed to be a small, vibrant little growing kingdom, this system may make sense, but I'm having real difficulty trying to see how it could work with something like Rome in this period, where not only were they capable of facing multiple enemies at the same time, which maybe you could bake in with commanders or some kind of... I mean, really it comes down to having generals who could allow you to fight and do something else at the same time. I mean, the Roman Empire was not limited to that kind of year card type mechanism that seems to apply well to medieval kingdoms. It may work well with the Kushan. I would question it with China as well, sort of. It's kind of a, wow, these big empires were able to commission troops in multiple places that were doing things as well as build-ups. And you can make the same argument with Charlemagne. There were periods where, massive economic reconstruction was happening at the same time that there were military campaigns. But I don't know. Anyway, let's try to take an action here. A diplomacy. What is my... I don't even know what I am. I'm a good diplomat. I would like to convert this, I think. Yeah, I can't even tell what the hell is going on in my life in terms of the game. So, let's look. I've unfortunately gotten so out of it. Just a couple days off, but man, diplomacy. What are we looking at here? We would be... Alright, it's only 3 talents. We draw a result. We add the level of the diplomat. I have forces. If I do this from... So what do you convert the emperor should be in his capital in the target area or adjacent to it to add his modifier. Well, I may have to move the emperor somewhere out of it. Oh no, I do want the emperor in this. Okay. So what are we looking at for modifiers? We're looking at the diplomat. He's a 1. We're looking at the forces. That adds me to 2. It's not a client kingdom. We can't just add money the way you can in empires of the Middle Ages. So my chances are not all that good. So I'm a 1, 2, 3 more. I need to get a 5, a 6. There's a fair chance of that. I just wish I could get a little bit more in there. I could increase the chances by trying to convert a client kingdom into a province, which would maybe be wiser. I don't know. I just feel like my chances here are kind of low. So I'm going to move my army down here, I guess. And I'm going to spend 3 and try to convert the client kingdom. I'm not sure that's a great idea. But whatever. And I get a success. Which means I get to remove this. It's not an unrest or anything. And then I get the effects of success, which I don't see anything I want to grab. I wish I could shuffle up my options on ministers. It's like, without drawing for more, I'm not going to get new ones, but I don't really want to pad my deck with garbage at all. So that doesn't seem terribly useful. I get a popularity, which, if we peek at the corner, looks like it's white. Okay. And I think now we're at the fate card, yeah. And I'm doing this so slow. Each player, just after resolving their next fate card, 1 by 1, reveals their top 3 decks and either discards or puts it in hand. Their top top 3 deck cards and either discards or puts it in hand. Hand, I think, being revealed cards. Again, this term is used once or twice, but doesn't really apply. Okay, so next Fate card is going to give me more cards, I guess. So here's what's weird. Each player, after resolving their next Fate card, one by one reveals the top 3 deck card and either discards or puts it in hand. Well, that kind of doesn't work, right? Because right after draw a Fate card, you discard all your revealed cards. So, what? But there is no concept of hand in the game elsewhere. So this may be some sort of artifact of an earlier incarnation. What I think is going to happen is you have a choice of 3 cards that you can just throw in your revealed cards. After they're revealed, I guess, because otherwise you wouldn't reach 5 cards to stop drawing. Okay. So this goes away, and we draw a new one, and it's an emissary for an area that is neither owned nor a client kingdom. Well, that's cool, because that'll be a better guy for here. And, well, with that Fate card out there, I had better do another turn, and then we'll load this up, I guess, because I honestly don't know how much further I'm going to be able to go in life. Okay. So I've got this diplomat here. Let's move my army back up here into the rebellion, into the unrest province. Is that wise? I don't think so, because a failure causes issues, so we don't actually want to be there. So now we'll be diplomating again. That's just $3. But now we're at 3, 4 for our total, I think. Whoops. 4, 11, that's going to be a success. That puts me under here, making that a client kingdom. I have to find Sagda and add it to my deck. And we're progressing much better than I did last time I played. I got a success. So I get a draw. Can't tell. That looks white. Okay. I don't know. Client Kingdom rebels. A random client kingdom among your revealed cards that borders a rival empire becomes an independent area. This does not border a rival empire on this side. I don't know on that side. I don't think so. So I would say this doesn't apply. It would suck if it did. Now I resolve my comet, and I think what happens is I toss this. I could have grabbed a card. I draw a new one. It's this general. But now I get 3, I guess. And I definitely want trade. I definitely want tax collector. Do I want an economy or a general? I would rather an economy. I'll just put them all out. Why not? The reason you might not want all your cards is if you're not going to use some of them. Well, first of all, no. If you're not going to use some of them, but you don't have what you want yet. So for example, if I didn't want to do an economy action, I would definitely throw him out, whether or not I was keeping the military, or wanted to do the military, because extra draws would help. Now, it doesn't really hurt me if I'm not going to take any draws, and I'm not going to take any draws. So, I'm not good at economy, so I don't want to send my emperor in. and I'll do this. Yeah, we'll do another one. This one's is going to kind of generate some interesting stuff. And I don't know. With all those cards, I feel like I have to do something, like right away. So we look for collect taxes. That I think taxes happen before trade. I don't know. I think so. So Gedrosia is over here. I have no taxation there. Well, that sucks. But I do get an army. Now, I'm almost ready to collapse here. This can recruit one. I can pull an elephant. I like elephants. I don't want to think too much. We'll put this here. Oh, it's a troops together. Okay, whatever. So that's the tax card. That didn't get me anything. But the Chinese trade, where do I trade with China? Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay, I've got an 8 here. Eight looks like my best, so I'll pull 8, which is important because I'm almost out of deck. I need money. I got a good enough result that for just an extra buck, I could raise the economic level by 2, and I want to do that. An extra buck on that gets me an extra buck next time taxes. That's worth doing. You know, at least that's how I see it. That was a success. So we get a popularity. I'm learning. Got the trades, etc. It's time for our fate card. Emperor dies of natural causes. If popularity check is more than 12, the Emperor dies. Uh-oh. Shitty time to happen because I'm almost out of the deck, which means taxes are going to come due anyway. But yeah, that happens. Also, provinces in rebellion become independent, and any unrest become rebellious. Well, good thing I just converted that, right? Let's see. Let's see if my popularity check is more than 12. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just misses. How about that? So he doesn't die. And that helps me. That was fate card. We sweep the deck. I might end up needing that, so I'll throw it, and we draw a card. It's another economy. It's worth spending some money to try to improve some of my economic situations by building a market or something like that that's going to get me more cash each round, I think. So we shall hold off. So I'm not sure how much I see the value of these more detailed pieces. One of the beauties of Empires of the Middle Ages, to me, was just how abstract it really is. And when we start getting into, is there a market town in this? Is there an aqueduct? All that. Again, I'm feeling like we're losing some of what that beauty of the system was. I can understand the need, hey, let's differentiate a builder from simply governing the province. I see that desire. It's just, again, as a matter of personal taste, I like where Empires of the Middle Ages sits in terms of like the level of abstraction, the scope of the game in so many ways. And while this presents an interesting view that's similar in some ways, it's not going to reach that same kind of favorite for me. All right, let's send it up.